What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Righteous One Trucker. I'm so late, when it comes to making this initial video. I was supposed to make a video, and actually when I got with, my first company, and basically just gave y'all insight from start to finish, or start to present day, when it comes to my journey in this trucking industry so far. But I've done so much in so little time that I haven't even been able to keep up with everything. But I decided to make this video right quick because I basically got the time to do it. I've been sitting, at a warehouse going on about 3 hours now, just getting loaded. So I'm gonna try to, get a quick video in just to break the ice and let y'all know a lot, what's going on. Pretty much I'm from Virginia, and I've been working for Western Express. This is actually my second time with them. My first experience with Western Express was bad. And this one is kind of alright, but this is just a stepping stone. So I got with them October of last year, which was 2018, and they sent me to Nashville, Tennessee for the orientation. Orientation was, I want to say it took about a week and a half to get me in and out with the trainer for my training. I don't know if you guys want me to go over the whole orientation spiel, but basically we stayed at a raggedy hotel. They gave us McDonald's cards. They fed us small breakfast within the hotel. Gave us a McDonald's card for dinner, and lunch was something at the orientation building. So that's how that went. While I went through the orientation process, got with my trainer. I had to do 150 hours. I ended up staying half that time. Supposed to have been a month. I got through with that within 2 weeks, which was semi the worst 2 weeks, ever. Me and the trainer didn't get along too well. We finally did at the end, of course, and he hurried up and pushed me out, so I was just so anxious to get in my own truck because I'm not a people's person at the end of the day when it comes to living with. So I got through that. I toughed it out, got through it. He got me, out the door. I trained. I basically learned what I learned, which wasn't much. I got a lot of drive time in, but I kind of came in knowing what to do as far as driving. My first day I drove about 450 miles the first day, and every day after was kind of consistent with that, give or take, 50 miles. So I came in knowing how to drive, just needed, some extra help with back end and just learning the whole trucker world, business and what to do, at these shippers and consignees and stuff like that. So he gave me pretty good insight and rundown on all of that. So I can say it was well worth it at the end. So I got into my own truck after that. I trained throughout the training process. I think I was getting $110 a day. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while. So check was probably about $4 something every week, which, as long as I was in the truck driving, that you wasn't gonna get paid by the mile. It was a set rate with that training. So I did that for 2 weeks, and here comes the reason why I quit Western Express the first time. So my first week out, I started running, which I'm running the Northeast region, which I'm currently doing now. And I do about 1,907 miles my first week. Was working on my second week, and I got my first paycheck notification as a solo driver that Thursday of my second week, and my check was $300 and something. Now, like I said, this was the reason I quit. I felt like I wasn't going to sacrifice my time away from my home and my children, and my family, for something I can make with my eyes closed, at home. And what happened was, for starters, they subtracted a 600-mile run from me, or didn't pay me for a 600-mile run, because I didn't have a signature for a bill of lading, which I learned later on what that signature consisted of, which was something that the guard shack gave me, that I thought was just a sticker, ended up being the signature that I needed to, fill out, well, not fill out, but send in my transflow with the rest of my paperwork. So I basically ran that run and didn't get paid for it, and they kept sending me notifications saying I needed to get a signature, but like I said, this was my first week. Call me, break it down, let me know exactly what's going on, instead of, they just kept sending me the same message on the call com, stating that I need to get signatures for my bill of ladings. And I'm, replying back like, here's the paperwork, I don't know what's going on, like, explain what you're talking about. And nobody was pretty much, letting me know anything. And I didn't think too much of it, as long as I was sending them that piece of paper. And I got my paycheck, and like I said, it was a shock to me. It wasn't nowhere near, what was advertised, which was either you do 5 loads or 1,800 miles and you're guaranteed at least $800. That wasn't the case. Like I said, $300 is nowhere close. $350, $60, whatever it was, is nowhere close to, the amount that they stated. And I know I ran 1,900 miles. That was, the calculation after I calculated all of my miles for that week. That just didn't sit right with me. So I contacted, my DM. We had some words back and forth, and they basically told me that it was my fault that I didn't have a signature. And I asked them, why can't you guys just fax the company? And they saying it could take every bit of a month to do what you should have done. We're not going to do your job. You got us doing your job, and this and that and the third. So they basically pissed me off and made me feel like they turned their back on me, when a situation hit the fan that wasn't right, instead of us working together to figure it out. So I basically went home that following week, and I abandoned the truck pretty much. So they called me for about, 3 or 4 days, until I responded to the DM explaining why I just wanted to just quit and say what the hell with the whole situation. And they basically still didn't, give me any feedback that I was trying to hear, or made me feel like it was a team thing. So they basically gave me the ultimatum to bring the truck back, or they're going to charge me $1,000 for the abandonment fee. I said, what the hey, I'll take the truck back. I'm not trying to, be in, in no situation like that. Took the truck back, took a load with it. So it was kind of like I made some money, taking the truck back, and they gave me a bus ticket to get back home. I ended up calling the consignee while I was there delivering the truck back, and I talked to the guard at the security gate, and all they had to do was get the fax number, and fax, and they would fax, the signature over to them within 5 or 10 minutes. That whole situation was done. I got the fax number, I sent it to the guard shot, they sent the signature back over within 10 minutes, and it was said and done. That simple. And like I said, all of that could have been avoided had they just worked with me, and we figured it out together. So I quit. I got a little bit of experience out of that situation, but not much. And after that, I went local for a second, doing some local yard jockey work, which I did that for about 2 months at a place called Damco in Suffolk, Virginia. That was pretty good for me. I want to say I really got some good experience when it comes to backing from working at that company. And my situation is pretty much like this, and this is why too many doors weren't and aren't being open for me right now in the trucking field. So I'm kind of doing what I got to do right now, is because, one, I have a reckless driving on my driver record that's not over 5 years yet, which it will be over 5 years May of next year. I ride motorcycles, so I got that reckless on a motorcycle. Don't get it twisted. It wasn't a car, it wasn't commercial. It was on a motorcycle, which is very easy to do if you ride bikes. You already know what time it is. So I got a reckless before I got my CDLs. Didn't know how much it would affect me until it came time to start looking for, a job. That's one issue. And the second is the whole, year of experience situation. So between those two things, like I said, I did some yard jockey work, got a lot of good experience. I actually really liked the job, but they were paying $20 when I started and dropped it down to $14 an hour after the season slowed down. So that's why I started looking for, more positions and other jobs again. Or I would have stayed there. So I got turned down by a ton of companies, like I said, for one or two of those reasons, or both. And I ended up contacting Western Express again, asking them, could I come back? And with open arms, of course, they allowed me to come back. This time I went to the training facility for orientation in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So I basically been to both orientation locations. This one was a whole lot better compared to the Nashville one, if you ask me. We stayed at the Red Roof Inn Hotel. I mean, you guys know what the Red Roof Inn is. It's very, very nice compared to where I was in Nashville, like a motel. Plenty of stuff in the area as far as, if you want to shop, if you want to eat, if you want to do things. It's just a lot going on out there. It was just the weather was freezing, so it wasn't too much we could do. But I enjoyed myself out there. I enjoyed myself in Nashville as well. Like when I went there, it was actually, the weather was good, at that time. So got a lot of good fresh air, and there was some things to do around there too. But it just felt too dangerous in that area to really venture out. So I didn't like that. A lot of stuff going on there. But Bethlehem, it was pretty good. It was pretty decent. So I got around out there and had a good time. I stayed there. I was supposed to come back already, set to go, with just having to do the orientation and an extended training situation, which was supposed to be another 2 days of training just over the road to make sure that everything was good. Being that I had already worked there, I already did my over the road training there and completed all of that. So they said if I come back, I was good. I didn't have to go out with a trainer, just do the extended training. I ended up staying in Bethlehem for 2.5 weeks, going through 3 days of training, orientation, excuse me, the 2 days of training, and the week and a half of just a whole bunch of slow, uncoordinated, unprofessional, situations. It's just a lot going on with this company because they hire so many people and they are not prepared for when you get hired. What's next? It's so slow after that. But they treated you good there. No breakfast in the hotel, but they had bag breakfast at the orientation spot. Hold on one second. They're coming to hand me my paperwork. Or maybe not. Okay, well, that's good. I can continue the video. So, it was much better in Bethlehem. Food-wise, they gave you the bag lunch for breakfast, and after that, they had a food truck come for lunch, which the food truck had pretty good food, a lot to choose from. After that, they gave you the Subway cards on the weekdays for dinner, which it was $8 for the Subway cards. McDonald's, it was just a $5 McDonald's card in Nashville. Bethlehem, it's an $8 Subway card. And I got tired of eating, so I ate so much Subway, and I still have about 5 or 6 Subway cards to this day. I mean, they couldn't give you enough. On the weekends, they gave you about 3 or 4 of them. I don't know, but that's how that went there. Like I said, the living situation was a lot cleaner, a lot more plush, a lot more comfortable. So I did the extended training, aced everything. I'm out here present day driving. This is my second official week. I got my first official check this past Friday, and I was highly satisfied with the results. I ran some decent miles, and my check was $987 after taxes. So I made about $1,000, and I'm set on this week to do a lot more than that because I'm doing regional, but I'm trying to get into the routine of staying out, for 2 weeks and coming home for the weekend, as opposed to going out and coming back every weekend. So we're still kind of trying to iron that out, me and my DM, but that's just what it is right now. But like I said, I was very skeptical with coming back, especially after the first experience. But like I said, I learned a lot from that first experience, and when I came back out this time, I just felt a lot more confident. I felt a lot more secure in knowing what to do in these situations. When it comes to getting into unpredictable situations, I'm learning a lot. And all I can say, as of right now, is be patient, out here on these streets, and really pay attention to the things that you have to do to be successful out here, because it's a learning process. Every day you're going to learn something out here on these roads, and nobody is better than the next. I learned that, nobody is better than the next driver. Don't drive your drive, and don't try to, keep up with the Joneses, and don't try to, be a standout, type of driver when it comes to, keeping up with everybody else. Just drive your drive, and be patient. just learn your craft, man. Experience is the best teacher, and you will get a lot of that, out here every day. So I finally made the video. I'm here to answer any questions or help anybody with any type of knowledge or information or, anything. I don't care. Let's communicate, let's have an open dialogue, and let's try to just make sure that we all can ultimately be successful out here in this trucking world. It's your boy, Righteous One Trucking. I hope I didn't miss anything in this initial video, but if I did, let me know, and I'll continue to make videos. We out here, man, exploring the world. Well, I'm exploring the Northeast region because I done seen a lot already, but there's plenty more to come, man. Y'all stay safe, be blessed, peace.